Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole bringing you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. Hey, Miss, how you doing, sis? I'm so glad to see you. Welcome, welcome. Everyone, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. So, the Belle Collective is back, honey, and I completely forgot it was coming back on. I don't understand why Carlos, I don't know if it's a own network thing, but they start off with one show and then there's some break in between. Like, for example, Love and Marriage Detroit. They literally have not came back on and they only have one more episode left and then a reunion. Why they do that, I don't know, but it hasn't come back on. And then they're bringing back the Belle Collective while we wait for Love and Marriage Detroit. Whatever happened to just finishing out a show, the reunion, and then starting with the other show, like normal networks or normal producers? I don't know. But with that being said, the Belle Collective is back. I'm reviewing episode 1 and episode 2. This is season 5. I can't believe it is the Fake Collective, girl. I can't believe we're on season 5 and we're still talking about the same nonsense. Like, I don't understand it. So we about to get into it, honey. But if I had to rate both of these episodes, I mean, I would say honestly, it's a D for both of them. It's a D because I mean, we're not learning anything new. It's the same nonsense over and over again. And we're not even really seeing a lot of people do things that are like growing as far as their businesses are concerned. A couple of people are, but I just feel like the whole point of this show, at least I thought, the point of this show was to see how Jackson, Mississippi gets down as far as business and making moves. And I don't see a lot of that. Okay, so Miz gives it a C. I give it a D because damn it, I'm over it. But with that being said, we're going to start off with the first episode. So we do start, but first things first, Aisha got a beef with production. I don't know if y'all saw this, but Aisha got a beef with production, honey. This is according to, I think it's Reality Entertainment on IG. So I don't know if you guys see the intro that they have, but it is, if I can be honest, it's giving Zeus Network tease. That intro seems very cheap, and I don't understand how you're on season 5 and you're going backwards with your intros. It was a little too much for me, and Aisha had an issue with them showing her twerking because literally in her little intro, she kind of, you know what I'm saying, doing her little shake or whatever the case may be. And she said, this is what she said, she's pretty much claiming that she was waiting for them to get stuff ready or something like that. She didn't realize that they were going to use that. I guess apparently they did like several different takes or whatever the case may be. And instead of the ones that made her look more, I guess, professional, they decided to do that one. They had Latrice sitting up there trying to look like she all extra seductive. It was a little too much. Yeah, like the Aisha shake and then exactly, the Power Ranger glass break. I was just like, what in the cheap hell is this? How are you on season 5 and it's not getting better? Like you're getting a better budget. It's not giving better budget, it's giving broke. And you're on season 5. That's a problem. But here's the thing, Aisha. Yes, please like the video. Thank you, Miss. Thank you, sis. Here's the thing, Aisha. I don't care what you're doing. When you in front of them cameras, you don't know what they're recording. You don't know what they're going to use. And that's what your contract says. So while I know that you're disappointed, because let's be clear, she, you know what I'm saying, she is a mother. Of course, a couple of them are mothers, but she is a mother. She's a wife. And then also she's really trying to do like legitimate business, like Ferris Street business. That may not make her look the most appropriate, so to speak, especially when she's doing endorsement deals and stuff. But you got to be careful, especially with a damn Carlos King production. They can use anything. Anything. So, hey, Ruby, sneaking at work, listening to you all. I appreciate you. Yeah, so it's like, I get what she's saying, but I'm like, girl, you don't trust the cameras. This is reality TV. You know, their editing game and everything can make it seem like you said something or did something, and that wasn't the case. Like, come on now. So she's annoyed by it. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, you just got to be more careful. But I appreciate the fact that she wanted to, put it out there publicly that she didn't appreciate that. Some people said they thought it was cute because they feel like Aisha is uptight. I could see both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see both sides. Exactly. Like, why would you even think that he's gonna, protect your image? He don't do shows, in my opinion. This is my opinion. He don't do shows about protecting Black women's image. He just don't. Find me a show that Carlos King has done where we see Black women in a consistent positive light. Hell, find me a show where it's constantly like that. It's always bickering and there's always drama. But at the end of the day, she, didn't like it. But I don't know if that's gonna mean that she's not gonna come back to the show though. But with that being said, starting off with great news though, Aisha's proposal for Ferris Street was approved. So congrats to our girl, because she is about her business. That is one thing I will say about Aisha. Okay. And she's talking to Willie, kind of showing where her office space is gonna be. And I love Aisha and Willie's relationship. Like, to me, they balance each other out. I like to see that dynamic on this show, especially because Lord knows we got so much of the nonsense. I love to see their dynamic. Seems like a very normal relationship. Like, her emotions are up and down. He brings the balance. I like that. I love their relationship on here. And they seem to really, it's not just about them being married. You can tell there's a friendship there. So I truly appreciate that. So I can give you that, Carlos, I guess, is that I like the dynamic of them. But if you keep it up, Aisha may lead the show because it's just too much drama. But with that being said, so Gucci comes to check out the space, and I guess that space is her office, and then she has other space that's going to be like for her restaurant or whatever. And so Gucci talks about Tambra and Latrice. I like Big Will and Kiki. You call her Kiki. So she talks about Tambra and Latrice being there at the court to support Selena. Okay. Selena is now on the show. Are we shocked about that? No. And I know there are some dancing doll cult followers who come to my page. I'm going to give my opinion on my thoughts about Selena being on this show. Look, you can agree to disagree. Just don't come disrespectful, because I swear some of y'all with these dancing doll cults, y'all be truly acting like y'all know Selena personally. It's going to be my take based off of this show. But she talks about how they were there to support Selena, and Tambra claims that she was subpoenaed to come. But so Gucci was like, that was a peace bond. Like, why would they subpoena you for a peace bond? And I'm like, y'all know Tambra be lying her ass off. Like, you know she be lying. She's never gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's never gonna be honest. Like, she just can't simply say, look, that's my friend and I'm here for my friend. But here's the thing. I don't think that's the case. See, this is what I think in this situation. We know Jackson, Mississippi is a very small city. And I think this dancing doll things truly took those girls and their parents to a stratosphere that Jackson hasn't seen. So I think that they're going to automatically have loyalty to Selena because of Selena's status in Jackson. If her status changed and she was now all of a sudden not that girl, I don't know if they would have that loyalty to her. But that's just my opinion. Hey, Joseph. I used to like the dolls, but she was a mess. Okay, see, I knew my sis was going to sit up there and be honest about the situation, because some people be acting like Selena can't do no wrong and her kids can't do no wrong. We're going to have to talk about that. But yeah, so the fact that Tambra sat up there and said she got subpoenaed, I was like, girl, bye. Just be honest. And no matter how it sounds, just be honest. So at that point, Aisha says that she wants to do a collective correction, trying to get all the ladies together so they can talk things out. And, what I do notice about this show is that Aisha and Soguchi are really close, and they're the ones that seem to have the most normal, successful marriages out of the bunch. While Latrice and Letitia at one point were really tight, and we clearly see where their marriage is. So, yeah. So at that point, we see Glenn painting a home, and Letitia. I don't know why Letitia always looks so stuffed in her clothes. Have y'all noticed that no matter what she wears, no matter what she wears, she always looks stuffed and uncomfortable. And there is no exception to that opinion and rule with this scene. She looked like she could barely sit down without one of them buttons just popping off. So they're trying to sell their first house or whatever. And Glenn is telling her that they need to prioritize each other so he can really get to know, I guess, the new new Letitia. Y'all know I be getting them names mixed up because they too close as far as their names and how they are. But with that being said, yeah, Glendale. So Latrice and her green eye bandit, they are opening up a restaurant. Now, y'all already know I'm not a fan of Latrice because I still feel like I don't know who this girl is. She just comes with this persona as if she just needs to dress up. She needs to be shady, talk shit, but we don't really know personally what makes her tick. She act like ain't nothing going on with her marriage. She's just one of those girls to try to make it seem like she just fabulous and she ain't got no problems. Well, if that's the case, honey, I will never be able to relate to you because everybody got damn problems. Everybody got problems. So, but I will say this. I'll say this. They're opening up a restaurant. Not really a fan of them at all, but I would say kudos to them on that. Kudos to them. I really wish them much success. It looks like it would be a nice restaurant. Goddess Lentz is already successful based on what she's saying. And I hope their restaurant is successful. I'm not gonna hate on the situation. I really hope their restaurant is a success. Now, what I did hear though is that she said that they're gonna be building condos on top of the restaurant. And that's interesting. Okay. I'm really hoping that they soundproof those walls and smell proof those walls because, first of all, if I buy a condo on top of a restaurant, I don't want to hear all the noise. And then also, she said there's going to be a cigar lounge. I don't want to smell that cigar smoke either. So I don't know how that's going to work out. But again, hope everything goes well with that. It looks like the layout is going to be pretty nice. But I was just like, condos, like, y'all, and maybe what they're trying to think is the condos on top will pay for all of the stuff at the bottom with the restaurant. I just don't know. Like when they say condos, unless they're going to be renting them out, I don't know about buying no condo on top of a restaurant. But hey, that's me. But with that being said, lo and behold, Selena walks in. Selena is apparently about to be the bar manager of this restaurant. If that's true or not, I don't know. I don't even know if she got time to be a bar manager. But honey, based off of what she said, child, she said she a travel agent. I don't even know if they really had travel agents anymore. I guess, but she a travel agent. She's a Belle's bondsman. And I guess she bartends. So one thing about it, clearly Selena is a hustler, which brings me to my opinion on her. Selena wanted to be on this show. That is my opinion on this. Selena, in my opinion, took that fight to the next level because she knows how to calculate and how to be able to maximize on those moments. She's been on reality TV before. So there's no way in the world you could tell me all this time you guys have just been able to coexist, not really talk to each other. Hell, y'all had a nice exchange at one of the twins' baby showers. And then all of a sudden, when the cameras is on, you get fed up with her not talking to you. And then you want to throw a glass at her. In my opinion, she found the right opportunity to make it seem like she flipped the switch on her. And then the next thing you know, this drama is going down. It creates such a buzz on the internet to the point where Carlos maximized off of it. He ends up interviewing Selena. In my opinion, Selena wanted this opportunity to get on this show. Now, of course, you're going to sit up there. You're going Thank you, Miz. I appreciate you. She was kind of annoying on Bring It, but she's very funny. Well, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that because I never watched that Dancing Doll show. Hey Kashari, how are you? But yeah, in my opinion, she wanted to get on this show. Now I can hear the Dancing Doll coach trying to say she don't need this show. One, you don't know what she needs. We all know that people love to give an illusion on social media, and everybody has been affected by this economy for the most part, unless you are wealthy of the wealthy. So you don't know what she needs, but let's just say she doesn't financially need it. Some people get addicted to the cameras, and I wouldn't put it past a Selena who literally that Dancing Doll show really brought a light to Mississippi, to Jackson, Mississippi, from my understanding. So I could see her feeling like, why wouldn't I be a part of the Belle Collective? Why shouldn't I be a part of the Belle Collective? People know me out here. People know me for, you know what I'm saying, reality TV. Hell yeah, I should be on the show. No, you don't have to be good today, Kashar. You don't have to be good today, honey. You sure don't. But yeah, so that's my take on it. And it worked. It worked. That's why I said she a hustler. To have that many 3, 4, 5 jobs, she is a hustler. So you can't tell me someone who hustles like that, they think 10 steps ahead. In my opinion, she knew what the hell she was doing and she got what she wanted. She's now on the show. Period. She is now on the show. So now for her, it's about, you know what I'm saying? And then of course, Carlos, we don't know what his numbers is really doing with these reality shows. So in his mind, not only is he messy as hell, but she brings a following and she will bring viewers. Okay. So with that, because of that, he gonna sit up there and look at that. Oh, messy and business. I'm for it. So with that being said, though, she's talking about how she also has an online store with her daughters. And at that point, she's engaged to some guy named Mike. And then, of course, her and Latrice are talking. And then, of course, So Gucci is brought up. But what I hate about these scenes are Selena is trying to give her a background of what happened at the court. Baby, you were at the court with her. You know what the hell happened. So why are we literally going there? Like, you already know what happened. But of course, this is a show. But, she's like, well, what happened? And so at that point, Selena says that I think they had to do, what was it? I think she said it was a no contact or whatever. They can't contact each other on social media and stuff like that. So she said that's probably the best situation for what's going on. But then all of a sudden, Latrice is saying how she really feels like she needs to introduce Selena back to the girls and how, but at the same time, she don't know, honey, because Latrice and Marie tried to jump her. And I was like, girl, you dramatic as hell. They didn't try to jump you. They didn't even both confront you at the same time. Letitia went up to you and said you was very insecure. She didn't sit up there and try to throw no fists or anything like that. And I remember Marie telling her, girl, come on, trying to tell her to walk away from the situation. You kept popping off at the mouth, and Marie sat up there and was ready to body slam you. That's what I remember in the situation. Now, granted, I already said that Marie, to have a mental health facility, literally did not need to go classless like that and try to fight you with those cameras there. I mean, hell, I guess if ain't nobody watching, I guess sometimes you can handle business, but I'm just saying it was classless. But guess what, Latrice? You was also classless with running your mouth like that. And where I'm from, you keep running your mouth like that, you better anticipate what may come with it. You see what I'm saying? You may want to anticipate that. So, but how dare you say they try to jump you? They didn't try to jump you. Do you know what jumping look like? But again, you could tell that Latrice was that girl who talked a lot of shit, was always shady, and at the same time either had her brothers or people who wasn't about that life ready to fight her. You could tell she can't fight. It is very obvious that girl can't fight. So I'm just like, don't sit up there and put the extras on it. But with that being said, moving on, child. Now, this situation for me was triggering as hell, and let's talk about it. Yeah, don't be good today. I think Carlos sat down with Gucci and said, look, I know you and Selena are beefing, but this is some good publicity for the show, so drop them restraining orders. Exactly. Carlos King, man, this is why I could never do reality TV. Mike had his jewelry on. I like Selena for the most part. Yeah, y'all gonna have to tell me. I like my crew because my crew will keep it. They will give me the good and the bad and the ugly about stuff. Don't sound like a good idea. Working for a friend could be dangerous for a friendship. Exactly. That's why I'm saying I don't even necessarily know if that's real or they just did that for the show. I don't know. Yeah. Child, they were saying that the cousins look like the damn Gross sisters. I said, you know what, damn it. Y'all need to stop that now. I can't. I said the internet is undefeated when I tell you. They said they look like the Gross sisters. But this was triggering to me because I'm sure a lot of us have had this experience or at least heard about this experience with family members. So Marie meets up with her cousin's child, and her cousins got an issue with Marie. Okay. And apparently, one of their cousins, I guess, name is Anita. Anita doesn't want her to show up to Sue, which is the one in the black and white, I guess, birthday party, or it's Anita's birthday party. I can't remember, but they pretty much don't want her to come. And so she's like, well, what the heck did I do when Anita, she was in Dallas stripping and I helped her get a job? Like, what's going on? So next thing you know, they sit down and the one Sue in the black and white says, we know you a big successful woman, but you make us feel low. Does she make you feel low, or those are the issues within yourself? Which one is it? Because, and then to top it off, Sue works for Marie. She been working for Marie for 15, 16 years. So if I make you feel that low, then get your paycheck from somewhere else. If I make you feel that low. I'm mad at Marie. Why she let her cousins come on screen looking like some cast members from the Warriors? Baby, they came on screen looking like that, honey. They came on screen. Marie was wrong for putting her business out there. I would be mad at Marie too. About her being a stripper? I mean, I don't necessarily know if that's really putting her business out there. I mean, I don't know. Because the girl wasn't even on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wasn't even on the screen. So we don't even know who Anita is. And I think she said Anita was the one who was the stripper. Marie had on that Tanya Hardis ice skating outfit. You know what? I am dying. You talking about you about to watch the show. Yeah, I make it probably more entertaining with my reviews than what you actually will see, Kashari. Like, if I can be honest. But, you know, so with that, I just like Marie was like, I try to help y'all. And this triggered me because I got family members like that. Okay. They've never been able to elevate and amount to anything. I have literally family members that are generational, you know, on welfare, never trying to better themselves, pretty much living off of the system. And look, if you have to live off the system, is nothing wrong with that, but the whole point of those programs was to get you through until you can get yourself off the program, in my opinion. And I have pretty much family members who are generational government assistants. I mean, they can track it back. They've all been on government assistance, still on government assistance. Child, with this new president, we'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, so literally, here I come with my degrees. You know what I'm saying? With my stuff, and you think you better than us. Well, you know what? You ain't got to be around me. And so I'm one of those people, but I'm different than Marie. Marie seemed like the type, they talked about her and they judged her or whatever the case may be, but she still did whatever she could to help family. I ain't that chick. Because let me tell you something, family will sometimes be your worst enemy, or I should say relatives sometimes will be your worst enemy. You ain't gonna keep on saying that I'm making you feel a certain way, and all I've been doing is trying to help you. So let me remove that help and then see where you at. Like, I can't believe her. She said, you make us feel low. And Marie said, how long you been working for me? She said, 15, 16 years. Well, your check don't make you feel low, does it? So that to me, I was just like, See, this is why family, relatives, and business don't go hand in hand. And my thing is, if she make you feel like that, then stay away from her. And stay away from that job too. But you're not gonna do that, huh? Because you need that check, that bi-weekly check. So while Marie has her issues, because she could definitely be very catty and petty, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna help you and give you a job, but you still gonna try to say you make me feel a certain way. Well, if that's the case, I mean, you got other jobs that where your boss will make you feel a certain way. You don't know them, so you could go over there. Like, I just could not. Sue looked like she could cook some mean greens playing the blues in the background with her cigarette in her mouth. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you, everyone has Marie's cousins like, everyone has Marie's cousins like in their family. Yeah, you talking about, there's all, for whatever reason, like when I talk to people, they always got like cousins like that or relatives like that. And it's like no matter what you do, sometimes, like when it all boils down to it, you sometimes want to see your people elevate. And Marie does seem like the type that she will want to see her people elevate, but you can't want it more than them. You just can't. And if you try to push them to want it more, they look at you like you pushy and you think you better. So sometimes you just have to let it go and meet them where they're at. So that is my take in the situation. Marie, leave it alone. Leave it alone. Like, but I was just like, I'd be damned if you don't work for me for 15, 16 years and you trying to say I make you feel low. So what the hell you here for? Yep, Sue look like her fish fry parties are off the chain. The whole neighborhood be pulling. So with that, she just kind of was just like, I don't know what to say. And I'm like, I don't know what to say either. But I would be like, okay, well then, you giving me your 2-week notice? Because if I make you feel that low, you shouldn't want to be around me, right? Exactly. So with that being said, moving on. Tambra, they have their little child collective correction. I call it the Con Collective. But anywho, they showed Tambra's daughter, and Tambra's daughter is a cutie. And so at that point, they all come in there. Of course, Latrice come with her stank energy and claim, of course, she always come with that energy, but claim it's because everybody hates on her. Latrice represents the Gen Zs. She really represents the Gen Zs because for whatever reason, I still, for the life of me, don't understand how people can be Team Latrice. She lacks accountability. She always claims she don't do nothing wrong, and she always claims it's because people are hating on her. I genuinely don't think any of these women hate on Latrice. I really don't. Her hair be a mess. I don't know who do her hair and who be putting that freaking makeup on that damn freaking lace part right there. It just, oh my gosh. I don't even like the color. She definitely need to step up her game on that. And I don't even really like her makeup either. Her whole, from top to bottom, needs to be redone. It really does. Like, it really does. Like, seriously, it just don't even make no sense. But anyways, one thing I will say though, besides Aisha and So Gucci, I don't know if it's a thing down there to really like put packs on packs of bundles on bundles of hair. It seems like they truly like to have like pounds of hair in their head. Like, I mean, I don't know, but I know out here the it looks more natural with less bundles. And to me, it looks like Tamara and freaking Latrice easily got 3 bundles or more in their head. But and Letitia too. But with that being said, they sit down And, first thing before they sit down, Aisha, and I think this was low key a way for her to kind of throw shade at Letitia's ass. Because, of course, we remember the first season Aisha was on. She lets them know that her proposal was accepted, and they pretty much, show where her restaurant would be, where the area would be. And I don't care. I feel like Letitia low key was feeling some type of way because, of course, she brought that whole Ferris Street to the first season. And then once she came at Aisha the way that she did, which was totally messed up, saying that her own family didn't want her and Aisha moved on like I would have, she hasn't been able to pull it off. But Aisha has. And I knew Aisha would be the one who would be able to pull it off because she has the Holly name. And the Holly name is known in Jackson. Letitia is not even from Jackson, from my understanding. So, yeah. So, with that being said, the little collective, Letitia, exactly, her fake tears, trying to make it seem like she missed the friendship with Latrice. Latrice don't miss the friendship with you because none of y'all are her friends in the first place. She has said it too many times, and you can't tell me that she's trying to say she's talking about everyone else but you. She don't see these women, any of these women, as her friends. At most, she may see them as colleagues, and that includes Selena. I wouldn't say her and Selena are that tight either. I think she'll talk mess about Selena. That's just the vibes that she gives me. She is an opportunist, and she will do what she needs to do to make her coin and to sit up there and have the connections that she needs. Bottom line. Okay. Yeah, I thought Letitia was a sweetheart too. But Latrice ain't a sweetheart either. But at least we could see her other face a little bit better than Letitia's. But with that being said, so at that point, Latrice is like, look, let's cut the BS because at the end of the day, we all play nice and then we leave here and we talk about each other on the phone. And I was like, yeah, that includes you. But someone would have to break the cycle if y'all was really serious and you wanted to be mature about it. But what Latrice says is, well, at least if I talk behind your back, I say it in your face. Negative. She may say certain things, but she's very quiet when she's in front of them because she'll say some shady ass shit behind their back, but she will not say it in their face. Even at this freaking collective correction, there were certain things that Keisha was like, well, why don't you just say it? And she was like, nothing. Okay. She don't want to say anything, but then she'll go into confessional to talk mess. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, no, you're not a behind your back in your face. You only say certain things in their faces. So you ain't real about it either. So at that point, all of a sudden, and this is another thing I don't like about Latrice, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Latrice apparently told Aisha when Latrice and Letitia were beefing, of course, that's when all of a sudden she wanted to let everything out the bag, which to me is a horrible ass person and no friend at all. Because if it takes an argument or a beef or even us not being friends at all for all of a sudden for you to start running your mouth, you know what I'm saying, about things that y'all heard talked about in private, you shady as shit. I would never be able to trust anyone like you. But apparently, Latrice sat up there and told Aisha that Letitia and Glenn was trying to set Willie up, trying to have a girl in Willie's DM to see if he would talk to this girl to start some drama. Because let's be clear, the only married couple on this show that don't have the type of drama going on is Willie and Aisha. They have a very normal relationship. So Gucci and JJ do too, but they got that family drama with Selena and the girls. So when it all boils down to it, all of a sudden, Latrice shady ass ends up telling Aisha that. And Letitia was like, who told you that? That ain't true. That ain't true. Glenn don't care about no. I don't believe her. I don't believe her. One, Letitia is the main focus of this group. They have to keep stuff going for it to be entertaining. But furthermore, after seeing the second episode and how they was trying to clown the Holly's cologne, saying that they act like, where's the Great Poupon acting like they noses up in the air and they so bougie, just those comments alone tells me y'all got issues with them. And I was really trying to figure out how was they bougie when they was sitting up there greeting you guys, asking you what's going on and how's work and stuff like that. That's your own insecurity. So the fact that they said that in the confessional about how they have Willie and Aisha have their nose up in the air, sounds like you're hating, sounds like jealousy, and sounds like you would try to put a monkey wrench or attempt to in their relationship, not only to cause drama on the show, but to cause havoc as much as you can because you got your own drama in your own lives. Okay. So I don't put it past her. But at the same time, when Letitia confronts Latrice about it, Latrice is like, yeah, I'm silent. I don't remember. I don't remember. Latrice act like she don't remember saying it. So this is what I'm saying. They all fake in some kind of damn way. They're all fake. Now, still, my favorites are Aisha and So Gucci and still proven otherwise, but they all fake in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? That's just, it is what it is. Latrice was shading Keisha with her scene with, oh yeah, we gonna get there. And that's another thing too. That's what I said. This is why I can't with these catty ass women. You know what I'm saying? Alexa played Joe Stutter. Exactly. Again, Glendale looked like Timu Little Bootsy. Yes, like the video. If Latrice was really lying, Letitia would have cussed her to F out like she did at the reunion. Yet she didn't. Letitia and Glenn did it. Valid point. Valid point. It was more like, bitch, I can't believe you told her that. You see what I'm saying? Like that, it was more of like, bitch, like we really going there, which is why I think she was really trying to make amends with Latrice because she was like, girl, you gonna run your mouth and run too much of the things that I've told you. So yeah, a friend to no one. Because one thing I will say about Letitia, I don't think Letitia has really ran her mouth about Latrice's business or what Latrice has told her. Now, she may have been saying she's concerned about how the Green Eye Bandit is treating her, but correct me if I'm wrong though, but I don't think Letitia has like put personal stuff out there about what Latrice has told her. She hasn't. But the fact that Latrice did that, I tell you, no friend at all, no friend at all. But all of a sudden, Tambra, exactly. Because to me, I'm that type of person where I've been wronged by friends before. Shady stuff. But at the end of the day, you know how my get back is? You just lose me as a friend. That's my get back. I'm not about to sit up there and talk about the personal conversations we've had. I'm not about to sit up there and try to have another friend tag team, another friend to try to have that friend go against that person. I don't play them games. I just walk away and you will realize in the end, the type of friend I was that you can't get back. I'm not about to do that because to me, that just shows that you were never a friend at all. But with that, all of a sudden, the attention is focused on Tambra. And Tambra says, well, look, So Gucci, you know what I'm saying? Like, you throw a lot of shade. And So Gucci was like, yep, I do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. I do throw a lot of shade. And I was like, well, at least she honest about it. Shit. So I was like, hey, if we gonna put it out there, let's put it out there. Tambra, she just, oh my gosh. Tambra claims, because of course she brought up the whole, she claims that she got subpoenaed. Tambra tries to say that she is a known person out there, and this was a prestigious attorney, and that prestigious attorney is friends with her family, and she had to do what she had to do. Tambra, you got an excuse for everything, and your excuse and your reasoning sounds like such BS. I'm sorry. Tambra never seems to be able to tell the truth. She always gives an excuse. And excuses are tools of the incompetent. And I'm sure she knows that. Yeah, you definitely know that, Tambra. So I ain't got time for that shit. So, moving on. Tambra is pretty much saying, you know, look, at the end of the day, I can understand how you feel about the situation. And then Latrice said, well, you know, I understand how, you know, you felt about, you know, the situation too with, you know, Selena being there. And so Gucci said, okay, look, when I pulled up, I had to park behind her. And so as soon as I saw Selena's car there, I was like, okay, Latrice trying to set me up. So she was like, I was already in defense mode or whatever the case may be when I came in. And Latrice like, no, it wasn't like that. And I even sent you a text message and apologized to you. And so Gucci was like, yeah, you did. And I ignored it because I was pissed off or whatever. And I even tried to send it to someone else, but I sent it back to you. And Latrice says that at the end of the day, the fact that she didn't respond or whatever, she felt like, so Gucci was being a fake ass bitch. And she says that, like, who is this girl? And like, she's saying I brought her into this circle. Because if I'm not mistaken, so Gucci was introduced to the Belle Collective as being Latrice's friend. So of course she wanted to put it out there like, the only reason why you on this show is because of me. And so why would you think that I would sit up there and set you up? Well, I would think that too. Because we're not going to pretend like there's alliances when it comes to these actual shows. There are people who talk behind the scenes, preparing them for what may happen or what's about to come. The fact that Gucci felt completely like off guard that Selena was there, like if you was really her friend, maybe give her a little hint on that. Just a little bit. But at the end of the day, all of a sudden, Latrice is trying to say, so Gucci is fake. And I'm like, she's fake because she felt like you set her up. Your whole energy feels like set up. Your whole energy feels like shady. Your whole energy feels like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and this is what I'm saying. Latrice is about that Gen Z. A lot of Gen Z people lack accountability. It's just not in their vocabulary. It's everybody else. It's never them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like at the end of the day, she just I've never really heard her say, I own up to that. That's my fault. I apologize. She doesn't do that. So, but when it all boils down to it, let's be clear. Selena has the name. She's recognized in Jackson. Again, I have said both Latrice and Timber are opportunists. They're going to take Selena's side until she is not recognized or people don't respect her. She is considered the popular girl in Jackson. They're going to have her back. And it's not about right or wrong. It's about what kind of opportunities they can get. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. Okay, so so Gucci was just are you saying she was just at Selena's daughter baby shower though? Why would she have issues with Selena was there? Okay. Well, one, apparently there's been issues. And that's from just us looking at the interviews and things like that. There have been issues. And even Selena said, which was interesting, Selena also said that apparently when they see each other, they don't really talk to each other. So I guess to me, not saying why would she have issues with Selena being there, why did even Selena have issues with Gucci not saying hi to her if apparently she's saying they don't even talk and she never says hi to her. So as far as I see it, that's both sides. That's both sides. User, I'm not gonna say all of the user 1, 2, 3, 6, 6. Yeah. But yeah, that's both sides. I honestly feel like at the end of the day, both of these women have definitely have an issue with each other. They've never talked it out. It seems to be some catty stuff when it comes to JJ. But at the end of the day, it seems like they don't ever really talk. And they've just been able to coexist without talking. But even at the baby shower, there was an exchange and they had an exchange with each other. So that's why I was just like, I was all confused by all of that at Latrice's event. But she took it too damn far when she threw that glass. I don't care how much of a fan you are with Selena. And I'm not saying you're a fan user 1, 2, 3. I'm saying she took it too far with that glass in her hand. Like, I would rather for you to have an open hand or a fist before you throw a glass at me. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. You can easily say they're both wrong in a situation. You know what I mean? She points the finger and 3 fingers are pointing back at her. Exactly. Nah, so Gucci didn't want Selena on the show, periods. Some recommended them for the show. So what? So what? At the end of the day, she may not have wanted her on the show. What's the issue with that? Especially if they're having issues. Especially when at the end of the day, I can see Selena pushing to be on the show. Selena, in my opinion, did all of that hoopla at that event to cause up enough drama to get her on the show. You can't tell me Selena didn't want to be on the show. Now you don't run up on anyone in a natural. Okay, you're a Selena fan. That you seem to like not even care. You looking at her like she don't do nothing wrong. At the end of the day, you know how to put a glass down and fight. Selena got a good foot on So Gucci. Selena looked tall as hell. You mean to tell me you can't sit up there and hit her? You got to throw a glass at her that literally caused her to bleed? Come on now. In any other situation, that could easily be an assault charge. You know what I'm saying? That can easily be a charge. Straight up. Like, as adults, we have to be mindful and not let our energy get to the point where you can end up getting charges. But again, she was on a show. So she was able to feel like she could do that and get away with it. That means Selena don't have any issues with Gucci. Selena was the first pick for the show. If she was the if she was the first pick, honey, why wasn't she on the first season? And see, this is what I'm talking about with people having these fandoms over these reality stars that they don't know. Like, you can have your opinion, but the fact that you don't see any other side but Selena's, that's like fandom stuff to me. I'm basing it off of what I see on this show, not dancing dolls. I'm looking at this show. And the reality is, if Selena was a first pick, she would have been on the first season, because why not have her on the first season or even the second season or even the third season when she already has a following? If she was the first pick, make sense to me. So if she was picked for the show first, at the end of the day, So Gucci was on there before. Thank you. Okay. So with that, so we gonna say all 3 seasons. Okay. So we're gonna say she turned it down because of her son. So she recommended JJ. All 3 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, but this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The dancing doll cults, they have come on the page before. You can have your opinion, but at the end of the day, when you have people who just only want to see one side, like, I don't do that whole fandom stuff. I don't do it. So at the end of the day, this is my opinion from what I'm seeing on this show. We could agree to disagree, but you're not going to come here and be disrespectful. You can't get blocked. I can get a wrench for one day. I love you. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I feel like who this person is hasn't been completely disrespectful yet, but you can tell at the end of the day, they're just all about Selena, like they personally know her. So at the end of the day, though, I said Selena is a hustler, but you can't convince me that she was trying her best to get on this show and she got on this show. Now, if she didn't have that drama with So Gucci last season, would she be on this show? Yeah, I don't know, because she didn't even have the opening credits of the show last year. So if she was supposed to be such a pick, why wasn't she automatically added to the show last season? All of a sudden, this drama happened. Now she's literally in the opening credits. Make sense? I don't know. But with that being said, I'm going to move on. So at that point, they sit up there and claim they're going to move forward, I guess. Ain't nobody believing that nonsense. So at the end of the day, Aisha, I just said you haven't been completely disrespectful. What I have said, though, is that you're on some fandom stuff. That's what I'm saying. You are just pro Selena and you can't see any other side. And to me, over here, we're about seeing different perspectives. And you refuse to see another perspective. You're just team Selena, like, you know, she pays your bills, if I can just be quite honest. I don't know these women. I can only go by what I see on the show. So with that being said, child, I personally don't feel it's ever going to happen. I feel like their numbers have dwindled. So they're trying to do everything they can to save this show, because this whole thing that we need to come together, let's be clear, you guys, when have they ever been together? When have they ever really had a positive experience? User, what did I just say? Now, at this point, I am going to have to remove you because did I say that you were being just complete? I'm just saying the fact that you keep on saying, nah, this, nah, that, it seems like you're trying to argue with what my opinion is. That's what it is. So, and then the mere fact that you got user 1236630, my guess is this is a troll account anyways. So I already said that you're more than welcome to stay here, but you trying to argue with me on what my opinion is, that's what they're talking about. We can have a difference of opinion, but you refuse to accept that that's my opinion. That's the whole point. That's it. And you're not going to be able to change my mind because of you being pro Selena. Yes, back to the scheduled program. So with that, it's not going to happen. But then check this out. After that, Latrice meets with one of the OG Bells. And this is Antoinette Lyles. And from what I remember about her, I like Antoinette. I remember Antoinette she had just recently got divorced. She's a dentist. And I don't know why she didn't come back on the show. Maybe because it was too much drama, but she was literally in the process of opening up her own, business. And so I don't remember having any issues with her. But what I will say is this. Why is it that every time Latrice has a scene with a friend, it's about shading folks? It's never about her life and what she has going on with her life. Bye, user. Have a great day. I have no problem listening to other people's opinions if you've ever been on this show before. Have a great day. So anyways, let's move on. Ain't nobody got time for that troll nonsense. So I don't like the fact that she sits up there and always has to shade other people. Even when they ask her about her husband and how they doing, she quickly changes the subject and wants to talk about them. Now, Antoinette kind of looks different from the first season, but still, a beautiful woman. But I did not like the fact, exactly. Ain't nobody got time for that. And y'all know how I am. Y'all know I'm open to different opinions. But when you have people, when every time I'm giving my opinion, they like, oh, nah, because of this and that. Nah, you trying to argue with me. That's what you're trying to do. And ain't nobody got time for that. We have all had difference of opinions and been able to respectfully agree to disagree. At a certain point, you're just doing it because you're trying to be a troll. So your ass got to go. So she says when Latrice mentions Aisha. Exactly. I'm 4'11". I used to fight for fun in middle school. Don't try, Chris. I love y'all. But y'all know I have never been about because people don't agree with me, I block them. I've never been about that. But we know at this point the difference between a troll and someone who actually just has a difference of opinion. We clearly know what that was. She shaded Aisha, and I wasn't feeling that. Latrice says that she has the building, but she needs the financing, so she don't even have the keys yet. Shade. And then Antoinette says, so she got to do a GoFundMe to finance. I did all of this on my own. I did all of this from the ground up. Antoinette, there's nothing wrong with how you did it. And there's nothing wrong with how Aisha's doing it either. Like, no, I was not feeling that. And Aisha, she don't even know Aisha. That's just when people are just nasty to be nasty. She don't even know Aisha. She wasn't even on a season with Aisha. So the fact that she had to shade her like that, girl, please. My face scrunched up and I was like, really? And this is why we get the reputation sometimes that we get, that we just can't get along because sometimes you just shade people for no reason. And that's another thing too. I'm like, just because somebody wants to finance something don't mean that they ain't got the money. Like, I didn't understand that Latrice is shady. Antoinette lost me as a fan right there. Right. I did not like that at all whatsoever. So at that point, exactly, she comes from a wealthy family. She comes from a prominent family in Jackson. So don't do Aisha. Don't do Aisha. So at that point, of course, she had every right to side eye Letitia, because Letitia child tried to say that Antoinette was trying to flirt with Glenn. Baby, don't nobody want Glenn. Don't nobody want Glenn but you. Letitia has tried that so many times with women, so much so that one of the crew members even told me a story about Letitia trying that with her and being disrespectful to her husband. Yeah, so like literally Letitia always try to make it seem like women are coming after her husband. But what I do know is, rumor has it, let that crew member tell me, Letitia got her ass beat one time for trying a woman. But that's allegedly. Allegedly. So with that, like, I like you, Antoinette, but you don't know these women enough to be shading them. Exactly. Now don't be mad if Aisha cuss you out at the reunion. Exactly. Exactly. Now I feel Antoinette on this nobody wants Glendale. Yeah, exactly. Nobody wants him. Nobody wants Glenn. But of course, Letitia's also insecure because of Glenn allegedly constantly cheating on her. So with that being said, I was just like, okay, child. So with that, after that, she says, look, I don't know if this is ever going to work with the ladies. The ladies are catty, they're shady, they're mean-spirited, all of that stuff. And I'm like, you need to include yourself in that too, Latrice. And so she was like, I guess we'll have to see. But after all, I'm just like, you guys you have your separate genuine relationships, but it's never been a collective. It's never been a genuine collective. When have they ever been able to all come together to work on something together? Isn't that the point of a collective? It's never been that way since season 1. So then the next episode, which I love the title of the next episode, which is Men O Pause. You know, the men all pause when I walk into the room. But they put men like MENOOH pause. I thought that was cute. But Latrice and Letitia meet up. And I'm sorry, I didn't like Latrice get up with the shiny skirt and the top. Now I love the top, because one thing about it, Latrice, you know what I'm saying, she keeps her body tight. She young too, but she keep her body tight. But I didn't understand the metallic skirt with the jean top. But with that being said, they meet up and they literally say, well, you hurt my feelings. Well, you hurt my feelings. And it goes from, yes, you already know, Joseph. I was like, yes. Now I am experiencing menopause from a hysterectomy. I ordered the pajamas. Okay, so I was wondering if those pajamas. Now, one thing about Aisha, she gonna hustle and she gonna get her endorsements. Yes. I'm mad the sheets don't fit my sleep number bed. Aw. But yeah, so at that point they talk and she's like, well, you hurt my feelings. And one thing about it, Letitia was trying to be slick. She was like, I didn't know. She said something like, I didn't know what was Aisha's purpose. She was trying to even be shady in that moment. They just don't know how to be genuine as people and take. I don't get it. But with that, she talks to Latrice. She tries to cry, claiming that, you know, she missed a friendship or whatever. And Latrice tried to make it seem like they cool, but in the confessional says she don't trust Letitia. Like I said, Latrice is not a friend. She's just a kiki. She is probably someone that you can have a kiki with, go have a drink with, laugh and have a good time, but I wouldn't trust her ass. I wouldn't trust her. So then Aisha is doing her pajama line. I guess she is just the spokesperson for it, because we actually met the owner of it. And she is not even going through menopause. She's post-menopause. So I guess apparently she thought she was pre-menopause. And so with that, because she thought it was pre-menopause, she went through the testing and everything else, and now she's post-menopause. Now she says she's in her 40s. I don't know where she is in her 40s, but I'm wondering if because she had kids later that triggered the menopause. I don't know. But I love the fact that she's really vulnerable, talking about like the different things that she's going through with her body, like the hot flashes and stuff, and how she said those sheets like really, really help her in a sense of, because Willie, he be hot, she be, you know what I'm saying, having hot flashes or whatever the case may be. And then Letitia comes in there and they talk again about the whole setup with Willie. And Letitia claims it's not true and she's tired of talking about it. Girl, bye. So we get a scene with Selena and her new boo fiance. It was kind of an awkward scene, and I think because he's just not used to the cameras, but it seemed like she had to pretty much be able to like talk. She said he's a man of a few words. Yeah, I do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. She talked about high blood pressure. See, to me, Aisha gives balance. It's about family, it's about business, and it's about awareness, especially for Black women. So that's why Aisha is up there as one of my favorites. Now, I ain't gonna go 10 toes down and be trying to argue with people about her. But at the end of the day, she gives more balance, in my opinion, than anyone else on the show. And she's very vulnerable about things when it comes to her life. So with that, they have their little conversation about how she's trying to plan the wedding, but she talks about how her family is broken apart. And she said JJ has not talked to the girls and said that he will not talk to them unless they respect his wife. Okay. And look, I don't know how y'all feel about that because those are his girls. But at the same time, like I told you guys at the reunion, I felt like those girls was a little bit too sassy when it came to their daddy and when it came to Soguchi. I felt like they came a little disrespectful. And I was just like, okay, like y'all little doing too much. But, you know, at the end of the day, that's apparently what Selena is saying. And she's saying that she just wants this to be over and how, you know, they can really get back on a good track. Well, part of that will also be admitting that you shouldn't have thrown that damn glass and you took it too far. You gotta take some type of fault in this, Selena. Like, this is what I'm saying with the lack of accountability. But she's not Latrice's age. She in her 40s as well, if I'm not mistaken. So it's just like, come on, like you have to show some type of accountability. And I hope that happens. And I hope everything is put on the table during this season. So with that, that's what her main concern is, the wedding and getting her family back on track. And it seems to me that JJ and Selena, as much as people were saying on Dancing Dolls, they seem to have had a good relationship. That don't seem to be the case for them. Like to have a good relationship and then everything just falls apart. I don't know. I don't know about that. But here we go. Latrice and the Green Eye Bandit. He's doing some guarding. I can't even speak right now. He out there pretty much trying to instruct the guys, the gardeners, to put up the palm trees in a certain way. And she comes out and she's like, Latrice is like, no, I don't want it like this. I kind of want it like an Oasis vibe. He get upset. And so next thing you know, she was like, can we go talk? And then here we go again with the same nonsense. You don't respect me. I'm your wife and you should consult with me. What the hell you talking about? I'm the man. The man is up here. You got my rib. What the F do you mean? What the F do you mean? And I'm just like, Latrice, sweetheart, you don't respect me. He don't respect you. You don't value me. He don't value you. I mean, what is the point of keep having these damn conversations? It's very clear. And when you do try to talk to him about it, he goes off. You know he don't respect you. You even have friends and people saying they're worried about you. And when they are emotional, you about to cry with them. So why do we keep having this nonsense over and over again? He be cussing her out like she a working girl. Or that's his daughter. So it's just like, how many times are we going to have this conversation? Yes, it's very obvious to the world at this point who watches this show, he don't respect you. And he's never going to respect you. And at the end of the day, he feels like you are nothing. If anything, at this point, he feels like you are bringing value as far as more businesses and money is concerned. But other than that, it is very clear. Not short circuit and mumbles, miss. Oh, hi. You know who it is. Hi, how are you? I'm sorry. I be talking and sometimes I be missing people. I am so sorry. Hi and welcome, welcome, welcome. So far, I'm happy that Latrice hasn't referred to Cliff as Zaddy yet. Whew, child, I know we was getting tired of that nonsense. So I'm just like, why do we keep having this conversation? It's very clear. It's very clear. He don't respect you. So either you gonna leave or you gonna continue to get disrespected. Bottom line. He respect Glenn more than he respects you. How about that? So Aisha ends up getting hit with a storm. Oh, thank you. You know who it is. And I'm sorry for the little tidbit back and forth earlier that normally doesn't happen. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt until I got to block their asses. So, anywho, but yeah, so she gets hit with a storm and her electricity goes out. And so Gucci and JJ claim to have come over there, I guess, to help her, but they too busy giving her freaky tail gifts for Willie's birthday and trying to find food, talking about they hungry. Mind you, her electricity is out. She ain't thinking about feeding nobody. This is not no freaking like Southern hospitality welcome. She's in a bind, right? But this is what I loved about this scene in their friendship. So Gucci is like, are you okay? You got a lot of stuff going on. And Aisha's like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And so Gucci looks at her and she's like, no, you're not. You're not fine, Aisha. And Aisha breaks down and she starts to cry. And she was like, I just need for you to help me get the baby stuff together, get everything ready so I can get out of here and then I'll be fine. I love their relationship and I love this scene. You know what I mean? Because as women, especially Black women, you need at least that one friend to say, you're not okay, but I got you. We all need that one person. And unfortunately, because of how catty and ignorant and how superficial people have become, I'm sure there are women out there in this world who feel like they don't even have at least one person like that. So for her to have a person like that, it is a blessing. But I love that scene because you could tell Aisha was all over the place. And so Gucci needed her to take a moment to say, look, I don't care how much you try to make it seem like you got it together. You ain't okay right now, but that's okay that you're not okay. I love that scene. She hugged her. And I know, you know what I'm saying, as women, we always try to find a way to make it seem like we just gonna push through, even though we stress the hell out. I love that scene. I appreciated that scene. And guess what, Carlos? We need more scenes like that. That's what the collective should be about. To have those moments where when you're weak, your sister picks you up. That's what it's about. Love that scene. Let's get a little bit more of it. And it's genuine. You know what I'm saying? That's what we need. So at that point, after that, exactly, Joseph, exactly. So I just want Latrice to stack her money and dip out on Cliff one day because she deserves better than him. Guess she's going to stick beside him, though. She may be low-key doing that. And we just don't know it. And she's not going to sit up there and tell us. No need to apologize. Thank you. Thank you. You know who it is. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I feel so bad for her. I did. Because you can tell she's trying to hold everything together. But Willie ends up getting back there after the storm. And again, another real scene that I absolutely love between husband and wife, and how it was so real and hilarious at the same time because she was going through her emotions at that time. And he's like, whoa, like, you got all of these emotions. And when you going to give me some freaky tales and all of this stuff? And she was like, look, damn it. I'm going through menopause and you my husband, so you got to go through it with me so I can teach my daughter how to deal with this later on. And he was like, girl, Holly is only 2 years old. What are you talking about? Oh my gosh, I chuckled so much in that scene. It was such a real but cute scene. And the fact that they just sat up there and kind of laughed it off and kind of gave each other a high five, I love it. Oh my gosh, like their relationship is everything to me. I just love that. And I love the fact that Aisha has no problem showing her bare face on national TV also. Baby, because you know the older we get, we start getting them moles, honey. And I was like, she ain't got no problem showing her bare face. She don't care. She don't care. You gotta love Aisha doing that because a lot of them won't show their bare face, but she be like, look, I'm stressed out. Y'all gonna have to accept me for me. Yeah, I love that scene. The way she got his butt when she said she had to run some errands or holler. Yeah, because he was like watching the kids. She said, you ain't see the kids in 2 weeks. Hell yeah, you about to watch the kids. So we're at the birthday fish fry. And baby, that fish look good as hell. Good as hell. Like, oh my gosh, like that fish look good. And so everyone comes, well, except So Gucci and JJ, because they had to go to Chicago. Hey, Diva Law, they had to go to Chicago. But everyone comes, including Selena. Okay. Now, let me tell y'all something. Marie, you getting on my damn nerves with this whole you can't talk to people. You can't talk to Tambra. You can't talk to Latrice. There are people that I can't stand, but when I'm in the same room with them and they're there looking at me, I have no problem greeting them and keeping it moving. The whole is so immature, it's so childish, and she just really needs to grow the hell up, like seriously. So at that point, Tambra came, and of course, Marie ignores her. Aisha's like, y'all gonna talk? Of course, it's just very immature. And so, next thing you know, Letitia comes and she's trying to get them all together. And she was like, this stuff is so petty. We need to come together. We need to fix this. And of course, Marie don't say anything. And Latrice don't say anything. In fact, right before that, though, Aisha tried to talk to Selena because she's known Selena, I guess, since kindergarten. And, you know, she's trying to see how her and So Gucci are going to be able to make amends and maybe be on a FaceTime because they can't be in the same room at that moment. And Selena was like, well, don't tell her nothing. Like, I'm not ready for that. And I'm thinking, like, Selena, girl, like you threw the glass at her. If somebody throw a glass at me and I start bleeding, yeah, I'm taking you to court, sweetheart. I'm taking you to court. That's just the way it is. You can't be an adult throwing glasses at people. But with that being said, back to Letitia doing her crying, talking about something, we need to get along. Can't we all just get along? And Maria's like, so is there any more fish? Is there any more shrimp? And Latrice all of a sudden acting like whatever, like she a gangster about it. And so Tambra is like, is that a no, Latrice? And she was like, it's a F no. Now, keep this in mind before I go. When she brought Selena, she said she brought Selena because if we're going to be all about forgiveness, then it should also start with Selena if we're going to move forward. Now, interesting enough, you say a F no when it comes to Marie, but Marie sits up there, okay, and she tries to get to you, but the bodyguard is stopping her. She ain't even close to you, but it's a F no to her. But everybody, like So Gucci, should forgive Selena for throwing that glass at So Gucci. Do y'all understand what I'm saying here? Like, so it's an F no for Marie. She ain't even hit you. She ain't even throw nothing at you. She couldn't even get to you. But everybody should forgive Selena, including So Gucci. Interesting. Interesting. I don't understand that. See, this is what I'm saying. People have based off of their own superficial own stuff. I'm like, how do you say F no to Marie, but everybody should forgive Selena? That makes no sense to me. Okay, you can say Gucci was the aggressor, Denise. You can say, but defending yourself, throwing a glass, no, that's not defending yourself. I already said before, open hand slap, maybe a fist. That if you felt like, okay, you know what I'm saying, this is about to go down, but to throw a glass, she's right. If she didn't block that glass, no telling where Selena would be right now. So, you know what I'm saying? She could have easily been in handcuffs. So, again, as adults, we have to sit up there and be able to control our emotions. Now, if you want to go toe for toe, fist for fist, that's one thing, even though I feel like they too old to be doing that too. But throwing a glass, no. And if you've had issues before not talking to you, why was there no fist or glass being thrown then? Why wait until it's camera time? But hey, that's my opinion. Maria is always on the wrong side of history, ain't she though? She's very immature. But a couple of them are immature. But Marie, for her to be as old as she is, she probably old enough to be Latrice's mama, for all I know. What I can say is Letitia and Marie did the champ. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What they, you know what's interesting? What they did to Tamara was wrong. And just like she got an issue with Latrice because Latrice apparently kind of came at her business. Remember that all of that drama where they said Latrice came for her business? Like the fact that she sat up there and tried to attack Marie's business and money allegedly, and then how she turned back around and tried to come at Tamara about this man and how they got all of this information. It now again, that's not messing with her business, but at the same time, still shady doings, for sure. Hey, Hattori, I was so confusion about the outfits again, child. Latrice, I have to say, Marie was right. I don't know why Latrice came out there with that leather outfit or pleather outfit on. I was just like, what is going on here? Marie started everything when she came after Latrice's hair at the first brunch season 1 episode. You know, you have a valid point, because I guess that could have messed up her business talking about that hair that way. But if I'm not mistaken, Latrice took it a step further. Didn't she try to get the government or Medicare fraud or something like that involved? It was something that was like very, you trying to get the government involved, if I'm not mistaken. I feel like that was the case, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that was the case. I don't watch the show, but I'll watch you review anything. Oh, so sweet. But yeah, like okay, so yeah, there was something when you start getting the government involved. When you start getting the government involved, you really trying to like put the nail in the coffin for my livelihood. Her sitting up there saying the hair was bad, yes, could affect her business, but it also could increase her business because people would have just wanted to try out the hair. You trying to go behind the scenes and get the government involved. You taking it to another level where I can get shut down and not have a business at all whatsoever. That to me, yeah, I was just like, whoa. So I could see why, to a certain extent, she's been kind of distanced with Latrice. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, don't be on this show then if you can't even just simply say a hello when you're in the same room. Like, just, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I guess for some people, they're like, if you mess with my money, it's up and it's stuck. You know, so why is Marie mad at people she started problems with? Latrice is one thing, but Maria was wrong for digging up Tamara's business. Oh yeah, she was wrong for that. She was definitely wrong for that. You know what I'm saying? And but at the same, the problem is Tamara don't never give anything. She's just kind of existing. Like it's her way to be able to just maybe make more cameos, get paid off for promotions and stuff. We don't really, the only thing that I liked about Tamara was when she, you know what I'm saying, had like 90 something. She had a lot of fibroids and she didn't think it was ever going to happen. And her getting pregnant and being a older mom, I love to see that side of her. But at the same time, she's another one that kind of floats through the show and we don't really know anything personal about her. That was the first time we really got some personal stuff on her. Yeah, it was something that was government. It was something that was government where I was like, oh no, like Medicare, Medicaid, that's some federal stuff. Like, like that could shut her down. That could be fines. That can even maybe lead to an arrest. I don't know. Removing her license. Like, you ain't getting a license removed or anything like that dealing with bundles. Okay, like you not, but when it comes to what she does, that could truly ruin her. You know, now Latrice apparently, I think, denied it. I think she denied it. I think she did. But who's going to admit something like that? Because that would mean that you are the evil of all evils. And I do feel to a certain extent Latrice is capable of doing that. I feel like she is. She may not have personally did it, but maybe she has someone else to do it. But again, that's all allegedly. But I can see why Marie still has it out for her to a certain extent. And I could see why she was so angry that she literally wanted to, I guess, fight her. But I'm like, girl, if you already was in turmoil because of your business, why you want to look like a fool about to fight this girl on national TV? Although Latrice took it a bit far with Marie's business, this is what happens when you don't come for certain people, because that could have been your worst enemy you just made. True. I guess when you come for people, you don't know how they're going to attack you. But again, I'm one of those people where I'm a firm believer in karma, and I believe that eventually things that you do are going to come back to you. So I try to be mindful on a consistent basis on how I treat people, because you never know when that same energy that you gave to someone else is going to come back to you. You just don't. You know what I'm saying? And I just, for me, and especially because of what she does, say what you want about Marie, but based on what she does as far as her business, seems to be helping a lot of people in the community. Yes, bundles help people too, but bundles are superficial. Let's be clear. You don't have to have a weave. You have a weave because you like the way it look or whatever the case may be. But what Marie does is a mental facility, a rehab facility. She's in the medical field where it is helping people. So to me, that's a whole different beast. A whole different beast. Karma has everyone's address and never misses a delivery. You better say that again. You better say that again. So they pretty much end the episode with her crying and her pretty much saying, you guys are so selfish because it's just not about you. In other words, if we don't get this together, we may not have a show. It could be that their numbers are dwindling and they're trying to do everything they can to get their numbers back up, but you're going to have to give us something. I mean, I don't know how many followers Selena has. She probably has a decent amount of followers, so maybe they will bring the ratings up, but I don't know how much. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much. And so that's why she's probably nervous, because at the end of the day, this was probably her baby. I'm going to assume Letitia brought this show to Carlos King in some kind of way, and he wanted to do it. I'm sure she's the one who actually pitched it. She seems to be the focal person. So she wants to continue this show because, let's be clear, this show does help them in a lot of ways. Not only with publicity and being able to promote their businesses, but money, opportunities to be able to start more businesses. So yeah, but they don't have to get it together, because at this point, baby, I'm over the nonsense. I'm over it. And I want more scenes of what So Gucci and Aisha had. I want more scenes of what Willie and Aisha have. I even want more scenes of So Gucci and JJ's crazy ass, because JJ, oh my gosh, he is definitely a character for sure. But I want more scenes of that. Give more balance. There's going to be drama, but give more balance. And let's see these women actually collaborate on something for once. Like, let's see. You know what I'm saying? Like, they haven't been able to do anything. I'm sorry, the way everybody was looking at Letitia when she started crying had me rolling on the floor. Because why are you boohoo crying for? She's very emotional. She is extremely emotional. She always cries. She a water sign? Maybe she a water sign, because she is always crying, honey. Maybe she going through menopause too, though. Menopause make you emotional where you crying? Like, I know it can take different emotions back and forth, but maybe she going through menopause herself. But we do hear that apparently she says she has a mammogram because they found something. So maybe she's going through that too. But baby, what I am looking forward to is this Willie scene and the freaking Glenn and Green Eye Bandit scene where they look like they about to fight in some restaurant. That's what I'm waiting for. Because, baby, Willie called Glenn and Green Eye Bandit dumb and dumber, which I agree. I agree. He calls them dumb and dumber. Okay. And then what did they say? They said something back, and he pretty much implied that they could, test those cojones, and so to speak. He grabbed that area and said, this is what you can do. And next thing you know, you see both of them standing up. Let me tell you something. Willie could take both of their asses. Do you see how big Willie is? Willie could take both of their asses, in my opinion. He could literally tackle both of their asses. Like, I don't even know why you want to try Willie in that way. I'm still team Willie unless he says something inappropriate to, like, I don't know. But team Willie, team JJ, like I have always said that. But again, if they do something crazy, I will still say when they wrong. When you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. But I'm ready for that. I'm ready to see what happened in that situation. Because Latrice looked like she was smiling and uncomfortable, and Letitia was over there acting like she was ready to fight with Glenn. Girl, sit your ass down. Let these men, if they gonna fight, let them fight, and you step the hell back. So with that, the way the bodyguard picked up Glendale with one arm like a baby. Exactly. And you see how big Willie is? Willie easily like he about 300 pounds and 6'5". And them two dudes look like they easily about 5'8", soaking wet, if that. Because Letitia and Latrice, both of them look like they really small. It's just that Latrice wear a lot of heels. So with that being said, you guys, oh wow, an hour and a half, honey. We did a good ass review for these 2 episodes. Maybe I'll start doing a live on Belle Collective. Maybe I'll start doing the live. You know what I'm saying? Because definitely it seemed like the trolls like to come too, honey. Y'all come one, come all. Just again, if you start getting a little testy, I'm going to block that ass. That's all I'm saying. But maybe Willie was in the NFL. Or they were exactly NFL. And that's another thing they wanted to talk about. He won 2 Super Bowl rings. I won 2 Super Bowl rings. Are you hating because he won the Super Bowl twice? What is there hate there, Glenn? Now, granted, Willie did call them country, but hell, they are country. Why are you offended by someone calling you country? Free Willie would have had flashbacks on the football field, bulldoze. Thank you. All he had to do was literally sit up there and feel like he was back on the field and tackle both of them, and they would be done. Which is why he seemed like he was so cool even when they got up. Because trust and believe, if he was that upset to want to charge, we would have saw that. Like he looked like he can tear a building down if he got upset. So yeah, I wouldn't even try it because he's giving me Wreck-It Ralph vibes. He will straight up finally do it. I finally caught a live. I always try to catch love at the lock. I miss it every time. Aw. And see, I think I've seen you before, Denise. And I know, you know what I'm saying, you have your opinion with the So Gucci situation. Y'all can have y'all opinion. But when literally you keep going on and on and on, you're not arguing the topic. You're trying to argue with me. And that's the difference. But yeah, you can have your opinion. There's plenty of people who have their opinion about So Gucci being aggressive. Especially when she said, well, show me then. But see, here's the thing. Show me then means knuck if you buck. Like I said, if Selena would have slapped her, if Selena would have punched her, to me, that's fair game. Let's see what you got, So Gucci, since you said show me then. But don't be throwing no glasses, honey. Don't hit the money maker. Like that is definitely because, yeah, it could have hit her. I could have did anything. So yeah, but no, with that being said, you guys, though, this was good. I'm gonna have to probably do lives on Belle Collective early so then Ms. my sis can come on too. So maybe we'll do like early lives for Belle Collective like on Saturday or Sunday. We'll do that. Of course, I'm on today because of course it's Veterans Day, which happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. You low-key forgot she threw. Yeah, she remember her hand was, yeah. So that gave her the incentive to go to court with it. Like now, if she would have sat up there and did something else, like just hit her, she ain't got the incentive to do that. Like, because I would have been like, come on, So Gucci. But with that glass, I had to agree with that. I was like, absolutely not. I appreciate you. You're amazing. If no one told you today, you're amazing too. All of you are amazing. All of you. Every last one of you are amazing. I appreciate you guys for coming in at the last notice. Because I wasn't prepared to do this live at first. I think Glenn was offended because usually Northerners look down on Southern folks as unintelligent and illiterate. I don't know. It's possible. And there is that stereotype. It is that stereotype. But at the same time, I don't take it as that. And clearly JJ doesn't either because JJ has first of all, Willie is a jock. Jocks, that's what they do. They Jones on each other all day long in the locker room. That's his life. And JJ know how to sit up there and hit back. When Willie has said things about JJ being country and JJ come back and talk his shit. That's what men do. They don't get in their feelings. You know what I mean? I have so many jokes about Zaria. Ooh, child. Great recap. Great recap. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. So, with that being said, you guys, thank you so much for coming in. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next video. Toodles.